Hey guys, this is Michael here again. I'm about to share with you tonight lessons which a friend of mine on Facebook, Kenneth Kwan, have kindly posted up on Facebook. Now, these lessons are not merely any normal lessons. These lessons are acquired through a conference where you need to pay around, was it 1,000 Singaporean dollars? And these lessons came from one of the leaders, a global leader, I would say, that have actually impacted and changed the way we look at the world right now. And this leader I'm talking about is the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Tony Blair. Well, you guys would know Tony Blair. International sensation, right. So what happened is that Tony Blair was flown in for a conference both in Singapore and Malaysia, and what happened was he talked about his views on the new future. What would leadership look like in our future? You know, after retiring as Prime Minister, he has had the time to actually sit down to reflect on how he has been doing as Prime Minister and what is his vision for the future and how we could actually learn and benefit from it. So there are 10 lessons, key lessons here that Tony Blair shared with us. And remember, if you were to hear these lessons, you need to pay like around 1,000 over Singaporean dollar. That's around 2,000 plus ringgit back in Malaysia or anywhere else. So just let me share with you. Tony Blair on the first point quoted that we should have the humility to learn. I find this really relevant, especially to a lot of the youths that I've had the privilege of working with, where I always preach that we should be humble. There is a saying that when we believe that we are very smart, the world no longer becomes relevant to us, because nothing that we have encountered, nothing that we have experienced would ever be absorbed by us because we think we're just too smart. And I also believe when you're arrogant, which is the opposite of being humble, you create enemies. People envy you. People get jealous of you because you're arrogant. And first thing you got to ask yourself is, for whatever stakes, for whatever claims that you said, can you actually back it up? Again, safest part, be humble and be willing to learn. That's the first lesson. The second lesson is Tony Blair shared with us, everything in life is interconnected. This is true. If you look at the speech, the legendary speech by Steve Jobs at Stanford University, where he said, at the end of the day, when you look at everything that you have done, it's all interconnected. Same goes with Tony Blair from my interpretation. He states that we should start with an analysis of our current situation and also think that how we could actually add value, how we could actually improve what we're doing right now at our current situation. How can we help the next person, beside us? How can we change the ecosystem that we're in right now? Because when we start thinking about how to add value, everything is interconnected, and believe me, you begin to think that, hey, the world is actually bigger out there. There are abundance of opportunities for you to showcase yourself, for you to showcase your talent, your projects, your work, to gain that recognition so that you could contribute more. So, Tony Blair's second lesson is everything in life is interconnected. Question yourself, what am I doing right now and how can I improve? The third lesson is, in a fast-changing world, nothing stands still. It goes back to the first point, where when we think that we have learned everything, all the knowledge in the world, we become irrelevant because the world is always changing. That's a quote. One thing is constant, forever constant. It will never change. Nobody can change it. The one thing constant in our life, that is change. All right? Now, the fourth lesson is that Tony Blair shared with us that new thinking and new ideas don't come to the closed mind. So, when you're outside, when you're in university, when you're in college, when your friend said, hey, check out this proposal, what would be your response? Sorry, I'm not gonna read it. That's not for me. That's a symbol of a closed mind. Why not changing your phrase to say, hey, just let me have a glance over it Let us explore. Using the word exploration and discovery, you'll be shocked on how many doors you could open. Remember that. So, fourth lesson is new thinking and new ideas do not come to the closed mind. Now, for the fifth lesson, it's quite interesting. Tony Blair actually equates success to reaching our fullest potential through education. Now, the way how I interpreted what Tony Blair said about this is that education is not only through textbooks. He's talking about educating ourselves. You know, in the Latin word, education means to bring out, to unveil our potential. So I believe the more exposed you get, the more network you build, the more experiences you have obtained, either through jobs, through entrepreneurship ventures, through projects, you're actually unveiling your potential and you're maximizing it. How would you know that you're unable to climb Mount Everest if you've never tried it? So again, success is reaching your full potential through education, and education means exposure, network, challenging yourself all the time.